Prior to doing the Kūkalaʻula program, my perspective of STEM and culture were very separate. They didn't go together, and I felt that STEM and culture had their own subsections and that they couldn't interact with each other in a modern setting. Because in high school we had electives like Hawaiian and hula, and then we had science and math and English, and the Hawaiian culture wasn't brought into our modern learning. It helped to reinforce this idea that culture is a hobby, and that in order to be better prepared for the future we need to focus on these modern scientists and work on these Western practices, and that our culture needs to be put on the back burner. But at Kūkalaʻula, I saw Hawaiian scientists today practicing Hawaiian values in our wahipana that need lots of malama, and how their aloha affects the land and that we can make a difference. And it helped to show me that there is a connection between STEM and Hawaiian culture, and that when we balance them, we can bring both into this modern world in a way that benefits our culture and the Western society. Before being a part of the Kūkalaʻula program, I was still unsure about whether or not I wanted to join STEM, because it made me feel like there was a conflict between culture and STEM, and that if I wanted to be practicing Hawaiian values, STEM would get in the way of that. But now from Kūkalaʻula, I've seen that I can put the two together and both will benefit. And so now I'm certain that what I want to do is go into engineering and help to make the decisions that will shape our future. I've always been really interested by math. It's every time you take a new course, it builds on what you already know, and you can see how they relate, and that there's more to learn. There's always more that you can be learning, faster ways to do things, more complicated formulas for different situations. And for a long time I didn't know what I wanted to do with math, because my issue was just doing math wasn't enough. I wanted to be able to apply it and use it in a way that would help others. And for me, that means putting math into science, because there's all these formulas in science and you can help use them to calculate errors and determine when the next earthquake would be. And by putting math into science, I have a stronger foundation to determine what it is that needs to be changed based on analyzing data. And so for me, I'm using math to go into science, and more specifically engineering, to help shape the future.
My ancestors were scientists, and even though they didn't have it down on paper and they didn't have all the modern technology that there is today, the understanding of life, biology, botany, astronomy, mathematics, any aspect of that was just, it was mastered. If it wasn't for Kūkalaʻula, I don't think I would be where I am today. Or just in general, my friends and mentors here at Honolulu Community College have really guided me and opened my mind to pursue this type of degree. The knowledge is already there within our people, so Kūkalaʻula kind of serves as like just kind of this reminder, opportunity to just peer into the minds of our ancestors and hopefully inspire them to pursue science kind of degrees. From this land, baby, you were born. Nothing else will ever be this strong. Nothing can replace your race. And even when they count you out, be strong, baby.
I feel this program has instilled a sense of kuleana and identity by introducing me as a Hawaiian to the ever-changing STEM fields in this ever-changing modern world, and it gives me a way to connect my culture to the world that we live in now. Overall, I see myself pursuing a career in STEM that also allows me to bridge the gap between modern technologies and traditional Hawaiian ways, and that allowing me to help my community here and help the Native community here at home. I would recommend this program to all Native Hawaiian students on this campus because it gave me a look into my own tradition and who I was as a Hawaiian growing up in this modern world with all of these science, math, engineering, and technologies. It helped me to establish a sense of responsibility and kuleana to my culture, as well as being a professional in this world that we live in now. It helped me to remember and find what it meant to be Hawaiian here. He Hawaii'o.